about when you stick up for yourself that people just don't like, that can create an enemy. When they ask you to do something that you just don't want to do, that can also create an enemy. Or to just be sitting there looking pretty, that can create an enemy. Or to have a man that somebody really wants, that can create an enemy as well. Do they really believe everything that this enemy is saying about me? Like, can y'all not see that this person just got y'all head just completely gone? Like, y'all really can't see that? Are these all the cookies?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all. So these are the cookies. Let's see. We're gonna do the 6-pack. Okay.
What can I help you with today?
This one. I'm sorry. I want the 6-pack box. Yes, and this one. I thought y'all had like a cream cheese one. Do y'all not have that anymore?
So every Monday we switch out our flavors. So that one was probably previous week.
Oh, this is my first time coming here.
Oh, gotcha. Can I give you a rundown real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so first things first.
I'm sorry, I'm a YouTuber. Do you mind?
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Alright, so first things first, small ones will be catering only. Big ones are for today. Every single Monday we're going to switch out our flavors. So these will be here till tomorrow, which is Saturday tomorrow.
Okay.
We have some milks, we got water, cute little cookie cutter.
Okay.
Here is the different box sizes that we have. We do a single, 4, 6, and 12.
Okay.
And then our flavors are going to be, we got chocolate chip, we have our cookies and cream, we got the pink sugar. Right here is going to be our key lime pie. We have our cinnamon one right here, churro, and we have our blueberry muffin.
And this is, so every Monday for the whole week?
For every Monday, for the entire year, every year, for end of the year.
Oh, so, but the flavors only last for a week though, at a time. Okay, so we're going to take the cookies and cream.
And just y'all give me a 6-count, right?
Yes. So, but I can choose different ones, right?
Yeah, you can mix and match however you like.
Okay. And then I'll take the blueberry. And whatever this one was.
Churro.
Yes. Alright, Cam. So I chose these for Cam because hopefully he... Uh-oh. Now, this kind right here is blueberry. This is a blueberry cookie. I have a pretty good feeling that it's gonna taste really good. This is Oreo cookie and cream. This is some type of cinnamon swirl. This is milk chocolate. This is key lime pie, and I forgot what this one is, but I'll be able to put it in here when I edit this video because I actually showed y'all the names when I was in the store. And look, it even got the lime. That's not bad. I love lime. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to your girl channel. Before I start this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you have your bell turned on so that you'll be notified every time I drop another video. Make sure you click the link in the description down below. Follow me on all my social media accounts, okay? So this video was email requested as well. One of my loyal supporters wanted me to discuss the topic at hand about enemies. This is a very interesting subject to discuss, and I'm gonna just jump right on up in that thing because a lot of times we don't even know that we have enemies. Because I know the enemies that I have now, I didn't even know there was enemies. But a lot of times we don't know that we have enemies, and our enemies are a lot closer than we think. I can respect an enemy that lets you know that they are an enemy. It's the enemies that are like frenemies that you tell all your business to. Those are the ones that you need to watch out for, okay? Like seriously. I must warn you guys not to ever underestimate an enemy. Someone who's jealous of you, someone that's envious of you. Even the Bible says that jealousy is crueler than the grave. That means that jealousy can have a person act out in a way where they don't even recognize themselves. But when I say do not underestimate what an enemy will do to you to destroy you, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm gonna have to get my rush hour on right now, okay? Chris Tucker said it best. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Don't ever underestimate how far an enemy will go to destroy you with lies, betrayal. An enemy will join forces with your other enemies. That be the only thing that those enemies have in common, is that they're all an enemy of you. First thing first, by the time you've identified that you have an enemy, you probably done told all your business to that person. You probably done had some type of interaction with that person. You probably just shared some type of good news with that person, or you know that person some way, shape, form, fashion, whatever. So, how do you identify an enemy? They constantly do things to piss you off. They constantly do things to irritate you, to get under your skin, to get a response out of you. What you do to those enemies, you ignore them. You pray for them. You show them a little bit of grace, because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, okay? Literally, it has absolutely nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. Because we're supposed to exist in the world, right? But we're also supposed to be loving, kind-hearted people. We're not supposed to be out here mistreating one another. So, when you run across an enemy, don't pay attention to what they're doing, but always keep your third eye open, because you never know the lengths that an enemy will go to try to destroy you in your life. For whatever reason, it's one of the three things: jealousy, envy, or both. Jealousy and envy. Because what other reason would you have an enemy? Now, if you've done something to someone and someone just, you know, you created an enemy out of doing something to someone, then that's one thing, and we'll talk about that later on in this video. But if you know you haven't done nothing to a person, and that person does nothing but taunt you and do things to irritate you and all these other things, then baby, all you gotta do is ignore them. That does nothing but piss that enemy off. Nothing pisses off an enemy more than ignoring them. I'm telling you, it actually works, and I know for myself, okay? All you gotta do is pretend like that person don't exist. Don't speak about that person. Don't think about that person. Don't talk about that person with anybody else. Don't do none of those things. And eventually, the enemy will understand that you don't care that they're an enemy, and they will go on about their business, and they'll find another target. Well, hopefully they'll find another target, because if they don't find another target, it just means that they're obsessive of you, and it just means that they're weird and that they have too much time on their hands. Like I said before, understand that it has nothing to do with you. If you've done absolutely nothing to a person, nothing at all, then hey. Now, I'm not talking about if that enemy does something to you first and then you do something back. That's completely different than what I'm talking about. I'm saying that if you do something to a person and they haven't done nothing to you, then that kind of justifies why they're an enemy. But if they did something to you first and you said or did something back, that doesn't count. That just means that, hey, they're an enemy of yours. And who cares? Like, literally, it's 2023 and we're not stressing about no enemy, but we are watching our backs though when it comes to these enemies. Because let me tell you something. I once had a phone conversation with a very wise man, not only did he tell me to never underestimate an enemy, but he also said if you dig up all those rappers who got killed and whatever else, and if you was to dig them up and ask them the #1 question on why do you feel like you got here, that even they'll tell you that they underestimated an enemy. Always watch your back. Never be too vocal. Watch your location and all of that, because the enemies nowadays will stalk you. They'll make it seem like you playing on a phone just to justify their behavior. They'll make it seem like you're actually stalking them when you're really not. Like, these enemies will go to no extent to trap you or to make it seem like you're the actual enemy when really they are the enemy. All you gotta do is keep your third eye open and ignore them. Never let your guard down, and also watch who you tell your business to, because any little disagreement with you and somebody else, especially if you told all your business, girl, expect to see it again, expect to hear it again, and most importantly, expect for you to have multiple enemies now, because it's something about when you stick up for yourself that people just don't like, that can create an enemy. When they ask you to do something that you just don't want to do, that can also create an enemy. Or to just be sitting there looking pretty, that can create an enemy. Or to have a man that somebody really wants, that can create an enemy as well. So you never know what you're doing that could potentially create an enemy. Just be careful always. Watch yourself, watch your mouth, watch your locations, watch your area. Me, you will never catch me stalking nobody. You will never catch me blowing up nobody's phone. You will never catch me playing on nobody's phone. Like, to me, that's a person that has way too much time on their hands. The job of an enemy is to destroy you because they don't like the fact that you're happy or even look happy. A lot of times people are not really happy, they just look like they're happy. Because like, if God bless you to have breath in your body, he allows you to see another day, you know, you should be grateful, be happy, and be glad in it, because that's a blessing. You know, a lot of people don't even live to see the age that you were at. So why not smile? Even when things are cloudy, even when you got a dark cloud over your head, even when it looks like things is not gonna, you know, work out for you, have just a little bit of faith, that size of that mustard seed, like that Bible say, and just put a smile on your face anyway. Because you never know what opportunity is gonna come to you just by smiling. The enemy's job is to make sure that everybody else that love you also hates you as well, just because they do. 9 times out of 10, if you run into an enemy that's very manipulative and very persuasive, it actually works. And then you'll be asking yourself, do they really believe everything that this enemy is saying about me? Like, can y'all not see that this person just got y'all head just completely gone? Like, y'all really can't see that? And a lot of times people, they don't see it right away. It can take years from now. By that time, so much damage have been done, you know, like, and like, you're not rekindling no type of relationship, because we are getting older for one. We're supposed to be getting wiser. We're not giving anybody no second chances. It is not your fault that the people that was persuaded that you was no good and this bad person, is not your fault that they wasn't wise enough to see it. All you can do is just become the best version of yourself. Do not participate in any of the foolishness at all. Don't respond to nothing. Don't even look at nothing. And don't listen to anything as well. Keep your spirits high and uplifted, and surround yourself with people that's positive. I don't know if you guys noticed, like last night in my video, I put emphasis on positive. How you know that someone loves you? They're not gonna sit around and listen to you discuss an enemy for hours and hours at a time. They're gonna tell you that what you're doing is not the way to go. Just become the best version of yourself. And a lot of times, there's a lot of signs up front that we ignore. Relationships are not the only relationships that, you know, we recognize red flags. A coworker. We can always tell if a coworker does not like us based off of how they treat us, based off of the way that they move. But you know, and some people, a lot of times the enemy, they really don't see what they're doing that's wrong. And because they are so manipulative, they'll have everyone literally thinking that it's you when it was them the whole time. Your job is not to convince anybody anything else. Your job is not to convince those people who you are as a human being. As long as you know who you are, you know that you wouldn't do certain things that you hear that are rumors don't even sound like something that you would do. It's okay. In due time, don't try to convince anybody anything else. Don't even talk about it. Just see it, unsee it, and just move on. A lot of times an enemy will provoke you just to get a reaction out of you, whether that's to make you sad, make you feel less than, make you cry. They want to see you yelling and cussing and bitch this and bitch that. Well, we're not giving the enemy that type of power ever again. And if you have, it's okay. You're human. I've been there, so I understand. But now we're working on focusing on the big prize. And I'm 30 years old now, and that's a reminder that I'm getting older and not younger. And if you have someone in their 30s that's still acting like they're in elementary or high school, then hey, you should be laughing at those individuals instead of getting upset about it. And it does take a lot to not get upset, because I've also been there as well. But then once I realized that it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with those individuals, especially if you know that you're a nice, kind-hearted person who just wants to just see the best in people, or you still get the worst end of the stick, in due time. Because guess what? Karma never escapes anybody at all. And God didn't allow you to go through all of this to get mistreated for you not to see anything. You know, this is the thing about God. He works in mysterious ways, but he also works on his time. So we like to sit back because we want karma to happen like right away. And I'm one of those people, because of who I am and my relationship with God. If I was to go and do somebody wrong, I would get my karma right then and there. The issue with me is, it looks like I've gotten a lot of karma on this platform, but I really haven't. I have been, I would say, associated with enemies that were enemies from the start. So whenever I come to them and vent about certain issues in my life, such as failures, you guys were able to see it because they were never for me to begin with. That is not karma at all. That's not karma. That just means that you were connected to someone who didn't have your best interests at heart, and they announced all of your shortcomings and all of your failures, right? Now, on the other hand, it will look like an enemy have it all together, smiles, laughter. It will really look like everything is going their way. But guess what? You are not God, so you cannot see their shortcomings. And a lot of times, that enemy is not gonna announce their shortcomings because they want you to think that everything is peaches and creams when it's really not. But there will come a time, please believe me, there will come a time, and I don't care if it's 5, 6 years from now, believe me that God is going to allow you to see the karma. No one can ever escape karma. Everybody that has done wrong has had to pay for their karma. And you know, no one on this earth is God, and no one can escape it, right? So it's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when it happens. All you have to do is just make sure that you don't get down on that enemy's level, because then when they're getting their karma, you'll also get yours. So just continue to show them grace, continue to pray for them, even though we know that that's hard to do. And just, yeah, just wish the best for that individual. And, you know, continue to pray that God helps you cope and deal with these enemies of yours, okay? So that's the end of this video. I will definitely be doing more videos like this because you guys are really enjoying the motivational speeches, and what better else to seek motivational advice from than someone that went through hell and high water on this platform and still learning what not to do. And as I'm learning, I'm also teaching you guys as well. So if it's nothing else, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure your post notification bell is turned on. And if it's nothing else, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.